Chapter 25, Triple Header Disaster. I should be jumping out of my cleats, walking to the plate to lead off our triple header against the Knights, but instead I'm in slow motion and have been ever since Zoe let go of my face in front of the playhouse. I maybe slept an hour last night. I peeped the Knights pitcher. I was watching him during our team stretch before the game, but I don't remember anything about his motion, release point, velocity, or the types of pitches he throws. I adjust my wristband, fix my helmet, and tug on the bottom of my jersey. I rotate my bat, tap the plate on the corners, take 3 half swings, bounce the bat off my shoulder, and bring it about my head. I'm going through the motions. Nothing about this feels natural. "What say you, number 3? Webb claps from the third base box. "Start us off." The first pitch pops the catcher's mitt. "That's a strike." The umpire raises his first. I back out of the batter's box and look into our dugout. Malik's on deck and Theo's in the hole. Ben, Lewis, and Alexander are standing on the bench. Everyone else is against the fence. Who knows? Who knew the other day? Who said something to someone? If someone said something to someone, everyone knows. Everyone knows. I step back into the box, tap the plate a couple of times, bounce the bat off my shoulder, and bring it about my head. "That one's a little low," the ump calls. "Ball 1. It's a good thing it was, because I didn't see the pitch until after it crossed the plate. My bat feels heavy, and I know if my bat feels heavy, my timing's going to be off. I rest it on my shoulder and adjust my helmet. Then I wipe the corners of my eyes with my sweatband. I'm not solar-powered today. I'm the opposite of solar-powered today. "Renegades are ready. Renegades are ready," Webb says. "Show them how we do, number 3. The Knights pitcher rocks into his windup. Bye-Bye Birdie was incredible last night, but I only know it was incredible because everyone else said it was incredible. I spent the entire show thinking about Zoe and how. I start to swing, but I don't want to swing, so I check my swing, but not in time. I follow the chaser over our dugout. "Incoming!" Malik's mom shouts and rings her cowbell. "Incoming!" The ball lands nowhere close to the bleachers. Malik's standing in the dugout with his arms covering his head. His mom's not annoying to many people yet. Lewis's dad and Alexander's parents are the only other ones in our bleachers, which is how it usually is for the first few innings on triple header days, especially when it's blazing like this. Mom and Dad aren't coming at all today because Dad has work and Mom couldn't find anyone to look after Samaj. I wipe the sweat from around my eyes again. I never got to wish Zoe good luck because she told me she hated me and she was never talking to me again before I got the chance. "Strike 3, the umpire calls. My bat doesn't move. It's the first time I've struck out looking all season. I got it. Malik calls for the pop-up behind short. He drifts towards second and raises his glove to shield his eye from the sun. I got it, but from where I'm standing in center, I know Malik doesn't got it. Mine, Ben shouts from second, his gloves also up and he's moving to his right. Mine. Malik stops and pulls back his glove. Ben stops too. The ball falls between them. Carter charges off the mound and picks it up. By the time he does, the runner from second is crossing the plate and the Knights are extending their lead to 4-0. "Time out, ump," Webb calls, walking out onto the field. The ump raises his arm. "Time is called." As he heads to the mound, Webb waves to Ben and Malik and then points to me. I'm still standing where I was when the ball left the bat. I want no part of what's about to go down at this meeting, but I can't show up Webb, so I jog in. "Happy now?" Webb says. He takes the upside-down sunglasses off the brim of Ben's cap and then grabs a pair of Malik's. "We told you this would happen." "My bad," Ben says. "My bad." Malik takes out his mouthguard. "Yeah, sorry, Webb," he says. "You're bad? You're sorry?" Webb stuffs the sunglasses into his back pocket. "We can't keep giving away outs. That's what we did in the opener, and that's why we lost." He puts his hands on his hips. We're beating ourselves out here. We lost the opener 5-1. The game had been tied 1-1 going into the sixth, but Jason airmailed a throw that led to a run. Ernesto missed a cutoff that led to another, and then their DH smacked a 2-out, 2-run single that put the game out of reach. "Why didn't you call it?" Ben asks. "Why didn't you call it?" It takes a second to realize he's talking to me. "The play was right in front of you," he says. "Why didn't you call it?" "I didn't call it because I was thinking about Zoe and what she may have said when she found out what I'd said about her. I was thinking that if she said something to someone, then he, Malik, and Carter, and everyone on the Renegades might know about me. That's why I went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts in the opener. That's why I'm 0 for 2 in this game. I thought Carter was going to call it." "No way," Ben waves his hand. "No way." "You always make that call," Malik says. "Yeah, you always call it," Carter says. "The play was right in front of you," I say. I look at Webb. He's staring at me in a way I'm not used to. "Shake it off, Malik," I say, patting his shoulder with my glove. He shrugs it off. I flinch. Everyone sees. Everyone. "What's up with you today, Silas?" Ben asks. I swallow. "Me?" "Yeah, you," Ben says. "You haven't hit the ball past the pitcher all day." I wave my glove at him. "Well, I'm not the one dropping pop-ups. Well, I'm not the one making up stories about imaginary girlfriends and—" "Are you kidding me right now?" Webb cuts him off. "Gentlemen, I have no idea what this is, but whatever it is, you need to work it out. But not right now. Right now, you need to put whatever this is aside and play Renegades baseball. That's it. Renegades baseball now. Work it out later. Full stop." He claps at each of us. "Come on now, let's get this last out." "Rock and roll," Malik says. "One more," Ben pats Carter's shoulder with his glove. "One more." "Renegades are ready." Webb claps as he backpedals away. "Renegades are ready." Ben knows because Zoe told him. They're in the same robotics club. I never realized they were. I can't believe I never realized they were. I turn around and jog back out to center. I'm trying not to cry. I'm doing everything in my power not to cry. I dip my gray hand towel into the melted ice at the bottom of the cooler and then drape it over my head. The cold water drips down my neck and rolls down my shoulders and back. The heat and humidity have sapped me of everything. The heat and humidity have sapped all of the Renegades of everything. We lost the second game, 10-2. On Carter's first pitch after the drop pop fly, he gave up a 2-run homer. Then the Knights scored 4 more in the next inning, 3 on a bases loaded single and 2 bases throwing error. We're all sitting in the shade behind the bleachers. Lewis is next to me on the other side of the cooler. I have the towel over my head and I'm staring at the apricot fruit bars in my cap on the grass. "That ump was the worst," Carter says. "I'd throw a pitch and he'd call it a ball. Then I'd throw the same pitch and he'd call it a strike." "The ump isn't why you gave up 7 runs, Malik says. "I gave up 7 runs because you couldn't catch a pop-up," Carter says. "No," Malik says. "That was 1 pop-up and 1 run." "What are you talking about?" Carter says. "That was 3 runs, 2 more scored on the next pitch." "Dude, you threw the pitch," Malik yells. "You were the reason I threw the pitch," Carter says. "It should have been 3 outs. I haven't said a word the whole time I've been sitting here because I'm still too stunned to speak. How did I miss that Ben and Zoe know each other? How did I miss they're in robotics together? How well do they know each other? What else have they said about me? "That umpire was the worst," Kareem says. "The next time he makes a bad call," Carter says, "I'm saying something." "I know, right?" Kareem says. "I'm saying something too." "Shut up, Snickers," Theo says. "You're not saying anything." "Snickers?" Lewis shakes his head. I peek out from under my towel. Theo is spitting seeds at Kareem, and Lewis is smirking, but I don't say anything. I should, but I don't. Kareem reaches into his Renegade's bag and takes out his beef jerky. He's pretending not to feel the sunflower seeds and hear the digs and see the looks, but he does. We all know he does. I glance at Theo. He's sitting in the exact spot where I had all the costumes laid out on the grass the other day. If I hadn't done my show, Theo and Kareem would have never made the comments. If they'd never made those comments, Webb would have never heard about it and said something, and Coach Knowles and Braden would still be on the Renegades. If they were still on the Renegades, the rest of the Renegades would have never been talking about them in the bleachers, and I would have never said what I did about Zoe. I rubbed my eye with my palm. If I had never told Zoe, none of this would have happened. None of this. We're going to lose the next game. The Renegades are about to get swept in a triple header by a team that should have a hard time scoring runs against us, and I'm the reason. I know I'm the reason. We're not losing the next game, I blurred out. I yanked the towel off my head and swat the grass. The Renegades aren't losing 3 in a row to the Knights. If you keep striking out, we will, Ben says. Try getting on base. I'm going to, I say. Believe me. Believe you, Ben says. Whatever you say, dude. I look right at Ben, but I don't say anything. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. What? Ben says. What are you looking at? I still don't say anything. Dude, the whole team knows you're a liar, he says. I flinch. The whole team sees me flinch. What did Zoe say to Ben? How much did she say to Ben? They all know what she said, but I have no idea what she said, and even if I did know. Anyway, I have a girlfriend. Ben mocks me. He stands up and flips his hair. I'm kicking it with that girl Zoe. I press my trembling palms against the grass, and when I do, I realize it's not just my hands that are shaking. My whole body is. I'm at her house every Wednesday. Ben flips his hair again. We're the only ones there. He stares down at me. What do you think we're doing? Singing karaoke? I peep Malik. He shakes his head and looks away. So what is it? Ben kneels in front of me. Is she your girlfriend or not? I don't answer because I can't answer, because all my strength is going towards holding myself up and fighting my tears. Liar. Ben stands back up and kicks the bottom of my cleat. Dude, you and your girlfriend need to get your story straight.